I'm Al. I'm the representative for Group 1. Our overall theme this year is, as you can probably see, the heist. So Group 1 is the lockpickers of the heist team. And so what's going to happen is we're going to send a text from this phone, and it's going to be received on this phone up here, which is going to vibrate, knock over this glue bottle, knock over this tower here, lift up this L bracket, release the dominoes through the Splunko, drop these two buckets, which creates parallel paths, which both end here. These two gates lift up, and release the ball. The ball then knocks this over, which turns this, and then we do some zip-lining stuff. These two balls happen, and they knock over the dominoes, and the brackets fall into another bucket, which pulleys up to release this bucket, and we go into Group 2.
Who's my speaker for Group 2? Don't let me step on people or machine.
I'm Cooper. I'm here. We were the hackers. That's why there are numbers and things. So the ball starts here. When the gate comes up, it goes into the Ferris wheel, which brings it around, and also it pulls out the shiv back there, which lets that golf ball go here, which is our first parallel path. And then the other golf ball gets into this ramp car and goes down here, and then comes over this hole where the first golf ball filled in, and then hits this golf ball, which releases the tether ball, which knocks that out, releases the weight. The rain stick goes up for our auditory flourish, and then this water bottle is pulled off, which opens up the jug of water on top. The jug of water empties into the tub down here, which fills up, raising the SMH boat verse, as well as completing the circuit between the electrodes that are in there, turning on the two fans in the back, which then propels the boat across the water, knocking this ball off onto the zip line.
That's Frank.
That's Frank. And then this magnet falls off as a result of Frank releasing the poster for our visual flourish. And then the diving blocks are pulled off one at a time, releasing the Newton's cradle, which goes into the dominoes, which pulls the pin on this pulley going into Group 3.
Wow. That's complicated.
I'm Sydney, I'm representing Group 3. We are the cat burglar, which is why all of our balls have cat masks. And so the pulley goes up and lifts the lever on this ramp, which pushes the golf ball down, pushes that lever, which pushes the cork down into the bucket, and also pushes a pendulum that way, which probably won't see, and pushes another lever to release a ball down into the bucket. And when both balls are in the bucket, the seesaw goes and puts both foil-covered balls into two separate switches. This part might take a little time, so please have patience. It starts. The switch closes the circuit for heat-conductive wire, which melts the hook up there to open the safe and cut this side of the painting, and also release this hook to hit the bottles, and then pull the lock out of this ball, which knocks down the money, which we stole. Pulls the block out of this golf ball, which hits the bomb and releases the keys, which tears the paper and catapults that ball down that funnel, down that ramp, and hits the shiv. And then the magnet closes this side of the painting and goes down on the lever to start Group 4s.
Whoa.
Hi, my name is Andre. I'm representing Group 4. We are the distraction in the casino. So after the picture hits the trigger for ours, it is on a pulley that will tip the seesaw of the shackles, pulling the weight down. There will be a casino curtain for our flourish that will fly up. That will also pull out a pin at the top, releasing two balls. It's going to release a golf ball and a marble. The marble will travel down the smaller tube into this section here, which has a fabric over it. And then going on to the main one, the golf ball will go down the main tube, also hitting the pendulum, knocking down all of the tapes, hitting the switch, which will trigger both the fan and the lights for our second flourish. The first ball will go into this egg. You can't see over here, but it's a pocket in the ramp. After that happens, the fan triggers the next ball to go over that ball, which will go into this cup. When the ball goes into the cup, it triggers the pin to release for the counterweight system, and that will pull the fabric out, releasing the marble to go down the zigzags, hitting another switch that will release the I think it's the third golf ball. And that golf ball will actually run into the car, knocking over another weight that lands into a bucket of springs, and that triggers our or I don't know what we call it.
Ring on a stick.
A ring on a stick. The ring on a stick, it's gonna spin and knock out the trigger for the wheel. The wheel will kick another golf ball. I don't know what count is that yet. Another golf ball into our jug under the table. That golf ball will knock over our triangle, which will pull another curtain, which will drop another ball into a hole, which will hit a hammer, pull a hammer down to trigger group 5.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the representative from Group 5. Our theme is, well, I mean, I guess the heist is only as good if you get away. So we're the getaway driver. When Group 4, their hammer falls down, that hits a little lever, which will trigger an electric switch. That switch powers this computer fan, which pushes the getaway boat across this very wide Allegheny River. And then we have a billiard ball from the casino that rolls down the track, and it's going to knock into a block which will release our visual flourish, which is our local Pittsburgh Steelers flag. Then this block will drop, and it will hit these traffic lights, which are going to go spinning and go crazy. That'll hit a car, which goes down our first track here, and that's also part of our first parallel step. The car will go down this track. At the same time, one of the other stoplights is going to hit the dominoes, which will create a domino effect, which then has a car flipping over. That weight of those two items triggers another seesaw, where we will have a golf ball roll down this track and into a bucket that will then create a weight imbalance, and that golf ball will fall over here, which actually then triggers a solenoid valve or a solenoid actuator, which physically hits another golf ball back over here, which will go behind our heist letters, and that will swing into our second parallel step, which is a highly technical wood spinner. And so as that spins, it will hit 2 different switches, creating, allowing the circuit to complete, and that will release the solenoid over there, which is the pumpkin trick-or-treat bucket. And that bucket will swing, knock some other stuff over, and then we've got a lever and pulley, or a block and pulley system, and the weight of that basket with all that metal will release the other wood block, which goes down and hits the switch, which will trigger the finale to the project, which is an auditory and visual flourish.
Just some housekeeping. When we tested this, we got really excited. We got from 4 to 5 for the first time, and we all jumped up and screamed and triggered it before it was supposed to happen. So if we could all just keep a nice silence until we get to the last step, greatly appreciate it.